All right, my turn, I guess, but it's really about these guys. First of all, thank you. Thank you to the committee. I admit that at some point, I know it's a 10-year period, at the 9th year, I nominated this team. I wanted them in the Hall. I don't know if my nomination went through, but I always felt they deserved it. So congratulations to all you guys. Since we won this championship in 2005, I've coached another 276 games for McQuaid. So when they said we were going into the Hall, I had to start to think, oh boy, am I going to remember all that stuff? Well, luckily, we do a scrapbook every year. So I could study. And a lot of things came right back. And one of the things I've told a couple of people, the first thing that stuck out is we tied Hilton at the Blue Cross Arena, and I actually got pissed. Because 11 and a half years later, I'm getting mad. Oh well, what do you do? I'm a hockey coach. But the biggest thing is, these kids were great kids as kids, now they're men, and they worked harder and harder, one of the hardest teams I've ever coached. And as we went through the season, we got better and better, as you saw in the video. And really, the most memorable time was our playoff run. We beat a couple good teams in Brockport and Aquinas, and then became probably the most exciting game I've ever been at, the Arundecoit game. The Arundecoit game, which I felt were the better team, we were, and problem is, with 35 seconds left in the game, we're losing 2-1. And face-off in their zone, thinking, okay, if we win the face-off, we can score a goal. Well, that didn't work. Next thing you know, there's a Arundecoit player headed down the ice with the puck, and he's going to score an empty netter. But luckily, he's a Arundecoit kid, and he's a little selfish. Before he got to the red line, he fired it thinking he's going to be the hero. Next thing you know, it's an icing, face-off back in their zone again. They should have won the game, even though I felt we were the better team. We score with 14.2 seconds left to tie it up, and then it went 4 7.5-minute overtime periods. And then I turned to my assistant coach, Mel Castro, and I said, now we're going to win this game. And we had 2 guys score in the ensuing showdown, and Arundecoit didn't score, and we were sectional champs. We probably shouldn't have won that game, but then we went on to win the states. And I was so proud of this group to somehow manage to win that game and to get through and win the states. And I've always felt in our little world, a lot of people don't know the hockey world, that was to me like winning the Stanley Cup. And I owe it to these guys, because what's really funny is that at the end of that season, I had a bunch of people say, wow, you did a real good coaching job that year. Meaning, somehow I guess I wasn't a very good coach up to that point and did a better job. And I immediately corrected and said, no, I had the right players this year. And that's really what it comes down to, these young men here and some others that couldn't make it. But the biggest thing is the work they put in, the effort, and they became a team. We had some lumps and bumps like every team through the season, and we ended up state champs. And we worked very hard during the season, and I don't know if they remember, but while I was being interviewed on the ice, they were doing sprints after we won the state championship, because to remind me, or to honor me, I think it was to remind me how hard we'd worked all season long, and I'll never forget that, so thank you guys. A lot of people I want to thank for this. First of all, I have to thank my 2 daughters. Leah and Brett, they have been lifelong McQuaid hockey fans. They grew up, they were born while I was a coach, they grew up with it, they made some of their best friends, and they went to a lot of hockey games, and thank you. I have to thank some former people of McQuaid. Dave Spieler was very instrumental in helping us win the state title. Brad Bavenzi was very, very instrumental in helping us that year. My assistant coach, Scott Stifler, thank you very much. Go right down the line. The whole administration, the faculty have always treated me wonderfully, and I know they've treated the hockey program wonderfully. And thank you, everyone at McQuaid. I've enjoyed all my years coaching here. It's just a wonderful place to coach. And I get to coach wonderful young men like these fellows here. In final, I'm done talking. I hope we can get the kids to talk, but thank you very much for having us. This is Brandon Nunn and Chris Cieslak, our captains that year.
All right. So we had beers at the distillery last night with Alan. He forgot to let us know that we were going to be saying a couple words until Heather told us 10 minutes ago, so thanks for that. First off, I think we just want to thank Andy Orsini. Without him, none of us ever would have been here. Sorry, that's probably an inside joke for these guys. He's actually the guy who missed the wide open net that he was talking about. But also thanks to Timmy Nally, wherever you went, and the rest of the committee. You guys have put on an awesome function tonight, so thank you very much. Thanks to the rest of the inductees, congratulations. And I also just want to say thank you to McQuaid. As a community, this is a really special place. I think for me especially, I grew up dreaming to play for McQuaid hockey. My father was class of '74, took me to games ever since I could walk. I watched guys like Marty Reisner, Larry Pierce, Sean Richland, Mike Felber, all these guys. I idolized them. And I always just wanted to play for McQuaid and play for LV. So when we got the chance to wear the black and gold finally, it was pretty special. And I was fortunate to play hockey after high school at several different levels and never had a chance to compete for a championship before or after this. And I think it's just a testament to these guys. I'm forever going to have a connection with you guys, and I'm very proud and grateful to be a part of a community like McQuaid. So thank you for that.
So I think it really just comes down to is like we're a great group of friends and we had great cohesion, and it led us to become a better group of guys than anyone else on the ice. And that bonding that we had was what let us really go and become and be part of that next level and win the championship. And we still all hang out together. Most of the guys are now in Boston and hang out together almost every Sunday watching the Bills. And you know, that is something, having played multiple sports at McQuaid, like there's no other team that I was on that people still hang out, like, and you know, it's just a good thing to see. And we also treat each other as brothers, so that's about it. Thanks.